Okay, I think we start. This is the destiny of revealing alpha information only can be revealed to a small group of people. Anyway, at Santiment, we've been since many years, actually 7 years, always interested and focusing our time and resources on collecting, evaluating, and packing in a special way a lot of data. On-chain social, dev activity, trading data, there is a lot. If even you can extract everything from blockchain, it's still a lot. If even you decided, okay, this whole set of metrics for each project, it's still a lot. So at some point of time, because we also manage our own treasury and our money as a team, we created and formalized some frameworks, some setups, how we make decisions. And as it's a stable summit, so one of the frameworks, actually one of our favorite one, it is related to stable coins. We call it master trade entry setups. Well, actually entry and exits. Or you can say entry for shorts. And I'm glad the market crashed the last, glad in a sense I have good food to present anything. Because normally when I'm talking about, it is important to predict the tops, or you need to make decisions to exit portfolio. It doesn't find a lot of empathy and interest from the people now in a period of time when at least those who are here, they may say, oh, that's maybe good, maybe next time I can do it better. But it's not only exiting, it's actually, this setup is based on stablecoins, also very good for entering, which we might be now, or maybe not, we'll see. Some kind of top tap, it's not many charts. Sometimes I place 15, 20 charts. This time it will be only 4 major steps to rebalance your portfolio with much more wisdom or database decisions. We'll talk about chart layout in general, how we do it, and then metrics related to MakerDAO. Everyone know MakerDAO, everyone know DSR, but not many people, I think, look into it into specific angle. Then about supply borrowing rates on EAVA, compound, liquidity, or major lending borrowing protocols, level of liquidations, and a simple one-line chart, but it's not simple if you know how to complex is to build it. Total amount of borrowing or exposure in the crypto market. Okay, let's start. In general, when we talk about managing your exposure portfolio, it's always, in our opinion, important to understand the Rust cycles, and they have specific descriptions. A market when it's start getting up, it will get hotter, and at some point of time it will get overheated, and then we need to go down. So this overheating or heating up an overheat position is important for spotting the tops. Now, the moment we start going down, there is, of course, for some time belief in correction, we buy the dip, everything will be fine. But actually, market already in the process of cooling down. So if you don't know what are the definitions of cooling down, how can you see it on data? How can you see in chart when the market cool down? You will still keep buying the dip, and then the next dip is coming. So it's important, overheating, cooling down, and what are metrics relevant for it. There is some key indicators here. At least in the current conditions, overheat is maybe 15, 20% you need to pay for stable coins, obviously overheat. And the moment it go down to Fed rate, maybe +1, we already cool down. It's simple math, but it's good to keep in mind simple things. On the chart, it will look much more interesting. And everything better analyzed when you have very nice chart layouts and time series. So we start with the simple, everyone knows MakerDAO, great project, OGs. And whenever we analyze any market conditions, we always look metric on top of the price. If you remove the price, which is here green, it will look kind of interesting, but you will not get an insight. So here green is the price of Ethereum. A blue line is a DSR or stable yield you can get on the money you put in DSR. And you will see already here very interesting correlation. And then the kind of, I don't know, orange, brown is the amount of money deposited to DSR contract. We need to keep in mind when analyze MakerDAO, it's not automatic like Aave, Compound, or all this lending borrowing. It's a DAO make a risk analysis and they make decisions. What should be a rate we pay for people so they deposit money. It's already a kind of crowd-driven decisions. They perceive some risk that they will lose money going out of their system and they increase rate. And it's only the second time in my observation, the last one was 21, when at that time they increased to 8%. It came plus minus 1 week with the market top. For whatever reason, they increased dramatically rate and market tops shortly thereafter. But also you can see that people, okay, maybe we'll come back. There are a lot of interesting details here, but just a simple observation and simple wisdom. When we see there is a stable yield, almost no risk, 15%, it's a very overheated market. Now 8, a kind of almost okay if they do one more rate cut to 6, we in a good territory, it might be the final bottom. Yeah, so one observation. Okay, another one. And we show here, I think, Aave, yeah. And you can do it for Aave, USDT, you can do it for Compound, usually I like to do on Compound for Tether. It will show always the same picture. Again, the green one is the price. And then this orange spiking, this is the market conditions. Yeah. When it's a cool down, when the market is dead, the line is dead. Yeah. It's a market like cooling down. But looks like it was not dead completely. So it got activated again. Yeah. One more time here, once we pushed to almost to the last highs. Now we're getting down, and finally we came to the sweet point of 5.5%. So we might get to the bottom, and I will show you one more chart which would give you a chance to say, yeah, looks like a bottom. But whenever we see increase in interest, this is healthy. This is healthy, no problem. This is not healthy, like spiking above. MakerDAO place you 15%. You can put your money to Aave Compound, you get 15%. Even here, actually, it was 22, 23, 25. That's not definition of normal market conditioning. It's already overheated. Yeah, there is too much demand from speculators. I can borrow for 25%, I can make 50%. So it's a story, but it doesn't work for a long time. So green price, and you put on top of it metrics, and you can even see amount of money deposited. We have plenty more, but I simplified it to show the case. Going forward, liquidations now. If we come back here, you see that this line was normalizing already, and here was already for some time, but something was missing. Or let's say you see only this chart and you don't know, is it the bottom? Is it really bad debt removed or too much risk being liquidated? You don't know the answer to these questions unless you look here. Yeah? We know historically what means liquidations and like cooling down, removing all the overheated speculators. It looks like this. Yeah? And you will see every time it pretty much coincides with the bottom. Final, not final, but this is a good times when you can indeed, if you want to go back to market, you can go. All this time, a small one, it was good, but it was temporarily still small compared. There was nothing. And now we saw yesterday, day before yesterday, we finally saw big capitulations. Ante even told me this is even bigger than it was FTX. So these are the signs for potential bottom. Actually quite good, might be solid. Last time, there was another attempt, as you see here, heavy liquidations, and we tried crash one more time, but that's it. That was. So we either here or here. You make your decision. It's answering, Fabiola, your question. Is the final? I don't know. We could be here, or we could be here. It's an open question. I also got to the bottom. Consider it as a signal. Okay, the last very interesting one. You don't see the formula behind, but we aggregate, I think, 10 all, like 80 or 90% of borrowing on all protocols. All stable coins on Aave, all stable coins on Compound, on Liquidity, I think on Fraxland. It's a long formula we put behind, and it shows the total amount of debt in the market, how much people are borrowing. And we know that at some point in time, and we'll be waiting for it, as you see, it didn't happen a long time, because there will be crowd perception or crowd understanding. Now it got risky. We need to reduce our borrowing, our exposure to risk. Last time again, it happened shortly before the bottom, and then we one more time. Now we saw this event yesterday, day before yesterday, same story again. Either we're here or here. If the history repeats itself one-to-one, then we're here. One more recovery, crash, and it's over. And then we can enjoy the life and go to the summer vacations. If there is still summer. This year, no summer in Europe, very cold. Yeah, just to show. The moment they decide, okay, it's too risky to have so much exposure, or it's been liquidated and then don't take new exposure, we will see drop as we see now. And then we're close to the relief. This period is unknown. Yeah, is this time it was 1 or 2 weeks? So you can say from now on for 2 weeks, you might suffer or maybe not. If you're like, it will just go up. And that will be the summary. If you want to get really access to all the chart layouts with all formulas behind, it's not complex formulas because already data science built metrics, it's simplified. You know where to find me. Those who don't know, you can contact. And we can explain more. It's only one of the frameworks. We have at least 4 or 5 how we analyze the market, how you can do better decisions or understand what's going on. Okay? Any questions? I was so fast. My goodness, I was really fast.
Thank you for the talk. I think initially I heard about your project from the perspective of Twitter sentiment analysis, or is it relevant or not?
Oh, yeah. So the question was that people know us from analyzing crypto sentiment from Twitter. Yes, we do it, and it's even okay. We still have time, so we can do some exploration. We do a lot on it. It's just this time I focus completely on on-chain data, but indeed our maybe 50% of our success rate is based on social data. We do. Actually, even on the main page, we can see social, simple stuff. Okay, you ask about crowd sentiment based on social data. It's already quite advanced. There is a simple one. If even many people don't use it for whatever reason, it's a dominance. Dominance of, everyone knows Bitcoin dominance based on market cap. Or Ethereum dominance. We do the same for social data. Dominance of conversations in the market about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins. in my opinion, they're much more important or insightful than even sometimes you don't even need to look into sentiment. By understanding how dominant is specific conversation about the coin, you can already assume or you can make decisions. Imagine 1 month ago or 2 months ago, Ton coin. Yep, I will show it now. Okay. And maybe then we will come to the crowd sentiment too. So let's say Ton coin, and we take social dominance. Okay. Yeah, I think it's good enough. Imagine you have in your portfolio Ton coin and you believe in it. So what will be for you definition? How long should I hold it? Or should I buy it? As long as anyone on this level, Toncoin, Solana, Ethereum, they're kind of competing for major spots. It's not like a secondary meme coins, which are like short time. They're competing major social dominant spot, and it's typically 4 to 5% of conversations from my experience. And if you start comparing, you will see. So whenever you see any coin on a higher level, which does not have this level of conversations, you can pretty safely buy it. It has not reached its potential, or let's say the crowd is not aware of it yet. The moment crowds start talking about it, and it will reflect in the dominance or mind share of a crowd, then you are getting into dangerous territory. All this 1%, 0.5%, it's nothing. You can accumulate your position. This getting risky. Yeah? This, I think, when Durov announced during Dubai, we will do some cool stuff. I came publicly. Yeah, but even this was still like 2.5%. This was already very, very risky. Yeah. So it's about dominance, and I want that people understand dominance sometimes is enough. And why is it enough or powerful? Very few places you can find this information. You see the talks, you can measure sentiment by yourself without long algorithms. You understand crowd positive, negative, but you have no idea. You cannot aggregate millions of messages to understand how much of them about this coin, about this narrative. So this is important to keep in mind. But back to your topic about weighted sentiment. Okay. Oh, wait. I pressed too many buttons. I just wanted to switch to night mode. Okay, now it's better. We're still talking about Toncoin. Okay, so now we have two. Okay, now it looks good. So as always, the green price of Toncoin, dominance is here yellow, spiking, and then we add on top of it crowd sentiment. Yeah, we do analyze. In this case, it includes not only Twitter, but also Telegram and Reddit. We like aggregate all crowd sentiment. And there you can do actually simple yet deep analysis. If there is a lot of talk and they're very positive, like this was in this case, most of the times it's not good. Topic or too many people in a crypto space talking about, in this case, Toncoin, and they're very hyped about it. Expect the danger. Yeah. Now, at the same time, when we have a lot of talk and they're very negative about it, I don't remember what was this event at this time, and we are planning to add here features like a summary What was the conversation? Yeah. Then it means we're in a good spot to be. When people talking massively and they're actually negative, it's a simple rule. If you're in crypto, you know it. But here's the data showing and revealing to you. So you must start aggregating again, and you would experience this growth. So combination of dominance of coin or narrative and sentiment on top of it gives you, I believe, quite a lot of power against either against other players or against your own emotional driven decisions. Okay, did I answer a question? Yeah. Okay. Anyone else want to know more about behavior analytic driven decisions? A bit too little data, need to wait more. We can actually see what's going. I didn't check long time what's going on Bitcoin. Let's say 3 months. I would say it looks quite healthy. It's quite negative. I mean, compared to previous spikes, it's very negative. So you see, Bitcoin is dominant again, and it's very negative. Usually, you need to wait a few more days. I like market conditions when Bitcoin is not dominant. But then you can compare also to Ethereum. What we will get there. It looks like Ethereum is the new Bitcoin. It's not dominant much, but sentiment is not negative. So mixed signals, but majority say we might be at the bottom. Bitcoin negativity, a lot of talk, all these liquidations which we saw on chain, decrease of borrowed money, decrease of lending rates, 80%, and it's always about probability. 80% we're at the bottom, and give it from now for the next 2 weeks accumulation phase. It's a on stage market analysis. And then in 2 weeks, Fabiola comes to me and says, Maksim, but you said. Anyway, if any more questions. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Was great exposing some hidden dynamics to smart people. Enjoy your time. Enjoy Shoko. Yeah. Thank you.